I've had loads of instances of these kind of levels of abuse, and I think people don't really talk about it, and I think it's a bit of a shame that us DJs have to endure these kind of things. I think the theme of this podcast is how weird the world works.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
And as we go along, you'll find out what I mean.
Yeah.
I've got stories for days. I'm telling you right now.
So excited then. I was like, who else would you say in this industry do you look up to? And who else would you give credit to as a DJ?
Not what recorded there. Valley Sagus, all the Diljit's recorded there.
Right, let's take a
𝐵𝐵
moment to let that sink in.
Bro,
the names you just dropped there, you got my attention.
Yeah.
It was with your 2MV sessions on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
I loved those, man. So the big question is that the end of 2MV sessions? I'm going to be honest with you. Back in the day when I was growing up, people would say, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a solicitor. That's financial security, that is. I'm going to be honest with you now. I think I'm going to tell my kids, be DJs, man. You get to travel the world.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, man. Travel the world. You get to see amazing venues. You know what I mean? You're entertaining thousands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out today. I'm joined by the one and only 2MV. Thank you for coming, brother.
Big love, man. Big love. Thank you for having me on here,
It's an honor, man. So tell me, first of all, DJing. Let's just get straight into it. How did that start, bro?
So, it's quite a long story, actually.
Let's go with your name then, 2MV.
2MV. So, actually, before we start, this is actually a fresh sealed copy of my album, All or Nothing. I've got a few copies spare. So yeah, I'm gonna gift this to you guys for the amazing work that you do.
Nice, bro.
And yeah, I know you'll.
That's beautiful.
I know you like the album, so I hope you like the album.
That is amazing for the camera.
Yeah,
that's sweet. Thank you so much, man.
No
I really
problem,
appreciate that.
No
man.
problem.
I'm gonna have to get Marcus on to sign it.
Yeah.
One day when you're famous, I want to know.
Maybe.
So yeah, tell me then, man. 2MV, how did that come about?
Okay, so a pre-story to where 2MV came. So I'm from Wolverhampton, born and bred. Obviously, we have a big Punjabi population, and Bhangra music. So I actually really liked hip hop, R&B when I first started off. And then I went to a wedding when I was about 11 or something, and then boom, I must have heard DJ 𝐶𝐬𝐧'𝐭, and I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? So then I got into the whole world of Bhangra music. And then basically, I used to like the door, basically. So at every wedding function, there'd always be a door player. So, and one of my kind of cousins was like a dolly, like quite known kind of thing. So, so I was like, yo, this is sick, man. I need to learn. So I started learning. And then, as you do, you want to get onto gigs. And the only way we could actually get out was weddings, parties, juggles, whatever. So, so yeah, started doing them, started going around with DJs, and I was like, you know what, I want to try this DJ thing because, yeah, it looks pretty sick in it. You know what I mean? So then yeah, bought my own first set of decks. Obviously, we'll get into this a bit later on, anyways. Yeah. There's even prerequisite to this story that I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then, anyways, I was like, yeah, bought my first set of decks, started practicing, and I was thinking, what name do I get? And obviously, 2MV has got no association to my name. So I was like, yo, maybe this, maybe that. Obviously, back in them days, everyone was like, DJ Hardy, DJ Sunny, DJ this, DJ Anil, DJ whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I can just use my name, and then it just didn't sound right, man. I just didn't like it. And then I was thinking, and I was like, you know what? I want to be the DJ 2MV. Like, I want people to envy me.
Yeah.
I want to be that good at what I do. And then it kind of just happened like that, 2MV. And then I told my dad, so hold tight. My dad, basically. Yeah. I was like, Dad, these are the names I got. This is my DJ, whatever. He's like, 2MV. And I said,
nice.
Cool, that's it.
Yo, so this is all down to your dad?
You know what?
Say, man.
You know what? Yeah, he's funny, man. Hopefully one day you get to meet my dad. He's a very funny character, yeah. He tells everyone, I'm the one who created the name. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'll give it to him, man.
I like that, man.
So yeah, that's how 2MV come about.
So you started off DJing, so you bought yourself some decks, yeah?
Yes.
Just some decks. Did you do any formal training or anything, or like was you just shadowing DJs and trying to get as much information off them as possible? How did you actually learn the skill and the art?
So picking up of what I've just mentioned, back then it was like I was a Dudley, but then it ain't like what door players are now. So door players, they're very lucky. I think door players are like millionaires nowadays.
Okay.
Personally speaking, because now they just turn up, they do their entrance, they wear like a shirt and trousers, then they do a 15-20 minute set, and they're done. You know, whereas in my day, I had to learn how to play the door. That took a bit of time, and then luckily, like I mentioned, one of my cousins, Matthew Chopra, I want to mention him specifically.
Okay.
So if he's on, I don't know where the camera is, but
shout out to Matthew.
Shout out to Matthew Chopra, man. Matt Chopra, if you know, you know, yeah. So he was already on the scene, basically. You know, DJing, not DJing. He's playing with loads of DJs, basically. And I was like a young kid. I was like, yo, I want to play the door. I don't know this. I want to like do this. Because I always thought he was a cool guy in it. So I thought, yo, I want to do that thing. Anyways, so he was like, yo, you're only like 12, 13, whatever. He was like, he's a bit older than me. He's like, yo, just chill out, man, chill out. Obviously, you're only 12, 13, and you think, like, if you heard a 12, 13-year-old say, I'm the sickest DJ, you're going to be like, yeah, whatever. So then that happened, and we had a family function. I played the door there, and he was like, yo, you're actually pretty sick. Like, I want you to come on gigs with me. And I was like, yo, this is everything that I've been dreaming of. So he kind of plugged me into that.
Nice. Okay.
That's where I started playing with DJs. So there was a guy called DJ Ace. Ace Sounds from Wolverhampton, rest in peace. His soul, man. What a beautiful guy. He was one of the first ones to took me on through my cousin, Matt. And then he was with like loads of other DJs, basically. So he was just that guy, totally. So then did one, and then word spreads a bit. Yeah. So then started playing the door. And then as you're with all these different DJs, you get to learn things. So like learn what kind of equipment they use, how they talk on the microphone, how they mix, what kind of styles they mix, and stuff like that. But also, like I mentioned slightly before this, was door players have it so easy nowadays because they don't have to do anything. All they got to do is go and play the door, which is amazing. Whereas in my day, we had to wear like a proper bangla, like, you know, it's called like a dhoti, bangla costume, traditional dress, moje.
Door players, just comment below at 2MV.
Honestly, message me, yeah, because I'll tell you mad stories. So we had to do that, but we had to also bear in mind I was only like 13, 14 maybe, and we were the first ones to get picked up. We'd have to go to the DJ's house, the unit, load the van, go all the way to the gig, unload, set up. So imagine I'm 13, 14, massive speakers. Yeah. My arms are like, I'm skinny as it is now. You know what I mean? So it was hard. And then do that, get changed, put the whole outfit on, play the door for the entrance, then it was basically like back then it wasn't like you have a set. It was actually, you play the door for the whole party, on and off, basically. Wow. That's how it was back then. So you play the door.
Yeah, now I think about it, you're right. They just stand on the side, literally in the dance floor on the side, and it's just until someone called just says "bajao," you know, go, and then you get back into it again. Everyone's just sticking the odd fake Scottish note into your door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, back then it was like you played the on and off the whole party, and then you had to pack down, load the van, get to the unit, unload the van, and then get home. So I'm getting picked up at 3 o'clock, maybe 2, 3 o'clock. I'm getting back at 2, 3 o'clock, kind of thing. It's a 12-hour slug. So to answer your question, long story short, is basically I learned how to DJ because back then, being a dolly, at the time I thought, like, I used to get to school with my hands, like these hands that you see now, these smooth hands were like blistered, mashed up, playing the door, tired. And then as you go on with different DJs, you learn the different styles. So I was with Ace Sounds, a DJ Ace. He was a specialist on...
Pause. What there a second?
Yeah.
DJ Ace.
Yes.
His nephew, maybe? Do you know Anil Chahal?
Yeah, I do actually. So I actually met Mr. Anil Chahal, DJ AC, Mixology, Quest. I think it's DJ AC Quest now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know. But I actually met him via DJ Ace.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
because that was literally like he learned from him. I think.
Yeah.
I believe so yeah. So he meant a lot to him as well, didn't he?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know he used to kind of help Ace out with like sometimes roadie or whatever, or just whatever. I think it was roading. He said kind of like
Okay.
equipment wise, stuff like that. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I know.
Yeah,
but
no, because I think he was like a legend in the parts, wasn't he?
Yeah, you know what, DJ Ace. Yeah, when I say to you what I've mentioned earlier, what a beautiful soul.
Really?
Like the guy was so sick. And bear in mind, I was only 13, 14, and he took me under his wing. And he was just like so amazing. Like his musical knowledge, to this day, I haven't found anyone with the same level of musical knowledge. Like we would go to gigs, yeah. And I remember we come back from a gig once from Kent. I think it was far, man. And we drove there, drove back same day. No hotel business, no platinum suites, nothing. Straight. It wasn't like that back then, you know what I mean? You just do the gig, come back. And then he used to listen to this. I think it was either Soul Radio, Motown Radio. I think it was Soul Radio, I think.
Yeah.
Just have that on in his transit. And the whole way, I'm not even joking, he would name every artist,
Wow.
what year it released, who produced the album, who was every detail about that song. And he said that for every song.
Really?
Yeah, like the guy, even like you could say to him, look, Ace, we've got a party and it's only 1960s to 1980s Hindi music, and he would smash it.
Oh wow.
You could say to him it's only 1950s Motown. His knowledge on music was so basically Ace used to get a lot of mixed parties because his mix of music was his musical knowledge was so varied.
Yeah.
People would book him. So we did a lot of mixed weddings, a lot of Punjabi weddings, but he would mix like the craziest. I remember one time we had a gig, and it's really weird how the world works, man. I think the theme of this podcast is how weird the world works.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
And as we go along, you'll find out what I mean.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
So basically, we had this gig, and it was in Wolves. I think it was in Dunstall Community Centre, actually. Okay. Big up. That was like the main spot for parties, man.
That was
you don't know, man.
Everyone's at a party there.
Bro, you can't beat it, man. It's so sick. And then I remember him mixing like the Mr. Men theme tune into like some next things and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that family, I actually met them like recently at a gig. And I was like, oh, yo, you guys look familiar. Are you guys this and that? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh, I used to roll with Ace. Like, oh, Ace was our thingy, our DJ, whatever. But imagine this is like 15 years on that I met them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird how the world works. But anyways, Ace, he had a great knowledge of music. Then there was Gemini Sounds, Mr. Anil. Big up Anil, man. Big love for Anil as well.
Gemini Sounds,
man. He's from Wolves.
I love, you know, when I obviously everyone that listens to this podcast knows, I have a soft spot for anyone from Wolverhampton that's making it.
Yeah.
When I hear about all these people that are smashing it from Wolverhampton, low key legends that are just, if you're in the parts, you know about them. And they've just spawned so many of the next generation.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So
if we break it down in terms of the actual craft itself. Okay.
Yeah. So this is what's going on about. So there's Anil Gemini. I used to go with him a lot.
Okay.
You know, he was like the first DJ I seen with like these Pioneer decks, Pioneer. Bro, trust me, you know, back in the day, if you had the CDJ 1000 Mark IIIs, the black ones,
okay,
when you send a DJ with them, you're like, yo, they're 30, man. Trust me. Yeah, bro. Okay. Decks were expensive, bro, back then. So his equipment was sick, but he was more like Punjabi with like hip hop, R&B kind of vibe. But he and Bashma, like he was more like Ace, but with the more modern version.
Okay.
So big up Anil, he helped me out a lot. And then there was like I went with DJ 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 for a bit.
Okay.
So again, he was like the mixtape king before mixtapes were a thing. He was a frenzy before.
I was about to say,
100%, man.
Man, I think I had playlists saved for DJ 𝐃𝐴𝐧'𝐭.
DJ 𝐃𝐴𝐧'𝐭, man, bro. Yeah. I went with him a couple of times. Went with there's a group called the Three Sounds Roadshow. Anil and Sanj, big up to them lot. And then there was like DJ Mac as well. And then also DJ 𝐵𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻. So 𝐵𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻 was like more the old school DJ, very legendary. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
He was with like the calibers of like Midland Boys, 𝐵𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻, New Sounds, you know, those kind of top 3 DJs.
Yeah.
So I went with all these different people. 𝐵𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻 was like amazing host.
Okay.
So he was sick on the mic and he was sick at mixing. So everyone had their own little thing, basically, what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
So being a dolly, you pay for a bit and then you sit down for a bit. You watch them for like 20, 30 minutes. Or when you're playing, you'd hear like, yo, they're mixing these tunes and that tune. And then you kind of subconsciously, that's in your mind. So then by the time I saved enough money, like I spent weeks, like my dad just gave us money for dinner money. I spent weeks saving that, my dole money, this, that, blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm so skinny right now. You understand? I don't eat, man. I don't eat. You know what I mean? So
I like it.
So basically, spent a lot of time. And then by the time I got my decks, I kind of had the format of what kind of songs go into each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of know Das jar goes into this and this goes into that.
That's what blows my mind. Like I know it's more than what we make out it to be. And when you look at a DJ, we take it for granted so much. But man, the pressure. Only one time at school we had like this little party, everyone's together.
Yeah.
And we had our own music, and someone said change the track. Okay, and me being an idiot, I was like, "Oh, dude, we'd put on like a little dance show or something."
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm about to say this. We were called the Dragons of Punjab, the DLP.
Can't make it up,
yeah. Back then we were.
DLP sounds sick.
Yeah, but when you break it out, what does it stand for? And I'll tell you why. It was because we were all born in '88, and we were the year of the dragon.
Oh, sick.
I brought it back.
That's sick.
So anyway, shout out to DLP wherever those boys are at. Anyway, so then we did that, and someone said change the track. So I took it upon myself and I went to do it. And the pressure that I felt was, I've changed the track. Now I'm staying there. What do I put on next?
Yeah.
And I'm there on the laptop, like, and I'm stressing out. And I really then appreciated, like, how do these guys do it so well? And also, how do you know what's going to go so smoothly into the next song? Like, that is just mind blowing how you guys do it so great.
You know what it is, man? To kind of tell back off the story, what I mentioned earlier is basically back then it was CDs. So in the West Midlands, I find the London DJs have always been ahead of the curve because these were using Serato, which is like a laptop.
Yeah.
You connect into your decks and you can mix basically. You can have all your library on a laptop.
Yeah.
So I think they were using Serato from a long, long time. I think the West Midland DJs were still using CDs for quite a long time. So back then when I started, it was actually 2 CD players, like decks basically, and a mixer. So imagine like the struggles. So one, you have to take loads of CDs with you, hundreds of CDs. And then also buying music, because you have to buy a physical, like if there was one song on that album that was a hit tune, you had to buy the album in it. Simple.
Wow.
Or you could rip it off YouTube or whatever. But obviously that wasn't the best copy.
Yeah.
So to get the best copy was buy a CD. And then, so you put a CD in, let's say it's CD Market or something like that.
Yeah.
The song's like 5 minutes long, whatever. Or let's say on average, a song is 3.5 minutes, on average. You put that in, you then have to take the other CD out, put it back in its sleeve, original sleeve. And then you have to find the next CD in your pack or wherever case, and then put it in the CD player, match the BPM. So you have to match the BPM by ear. So there was no syncs and stuff back then. And then mix it in. So you probably had about a minute, 30 to 60 seconds, maybe about a minute.
And not to mention, you got to find the song.
Find the song,
CD, all
number
that.
8, number 7.
And some songs come with intros.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think back then the cue would cue point is basically, like there's a point in the song, and then it will start at that point.
That's okay. Yeah.
So you can actually pre-save some of the cue points basically, which could help. But most of the time, you would actually be like, and then bring it back. Okay, the doll hits there or the beat hits there. okay, bang, and then you got to work out tempos and stuff like that. So it's
Oh,
so it was a lot. It was very difficult, man. Very, very, very difficult. Very difficult.
okay. If we just zoom into the present, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what's the contrast? What are you doing now? What's the setup?
So now you can buy music instantly. So let's say someone comes up to you saying, have you got the latest track, or have you got this, or have you got that? You can go on iTunes, hotspot your phone or Wi-Fi at the venue. You can download the music quite quickly. And then yeah, you can load it into your DJ program, Serato.
Yeah.
I use Serato. Other DJs use whatever. You can basically mix it there and then. So, but imagine back then, yeah, if you didn't have a track here, you did not have the song.
Yeah.
You get me? If someone said to you, have you got the latest track, or have you got this, have you got that? We haven't got it. Sorry.
So what are the difficulties?
Pros and cons.
Yeah, pros and cons. What
Yeah.
are the difficulties that today's generation of DJs face?
I was talking to someone about this recently. I feel like we've done about Netflix, basically. I don't know if I can mention brands. Or
Yeah, of
anything.
course you
That's
can, yeah,
cool. So Netflix, yeah. You go on Netflix and there's so much to see, so much to watch. There's like top 10s, there's people recommend you things,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever. There's like hundreds of, maybe thousands of stuff to watch, yeah. It probably takes you about half an hour to an hour to find something.
This is my argument with
Yeah.
Netflix. Yeah.
It's the same thing with everything else.
Okay.
So with the DJs nowadays, there's so many tools, so many resources. The good thing about today is the positives, I'd say. I'll go on the positives first.
Okay.
Positives are, like now, there's a function where you can actually link your Spotify playlists into your DJ software.
Okay.
So you can make a Spotify playlist of all the top Punjabi tracks, or the top tracks, hip hop tracks, R&B, whatever. And you can add that and start mixing, basically.
Okay.
So that is actually really, really amazing,
Yeah.
because myself, I had to buy CDs, had to buy music.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a bit, it's all that money that on a £10 subscription you can save. You can get started a lot quickly. Let's say. DJ controllers and equipment is a lot cheaper now. You can buy really basic ones,
Which are really good.
which are decent.
Yeah.
You can, there's a bit more of a choice.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then there was a bit of a choice, but to get something decent, you have to spend the good money,
Yeah.
basically. I'd say that I think there's a lot of online resources now to learn how to DJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there are online resources.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the technology is so much better now. So like now on my decks, I've got stems.
Mhm.
Stems are like basically like every track has a vocal, a drum kit, a bass, a this. So you can separate each track on the fly with that. So you can mix like a vocal of like Sid the Musiala behind you, like for
Yeah.
example, with Dr. Dre or whatever you need to do in it, whatever you
Yeah,
need to.
yeah.
And it's quite sick like that. And also I'd say another big thing is branding. So you can quickly get started on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and get things out and build yourself a bit of a brand.
Social media's changed everything.
Yeah, 100%. So in terms of that aspect, positives. The only negatives I'd say is when I started DJing, at the time I was like, man, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's long, innit? Long hours, like, your hands are hurting, you're tired. Like sometimes there'd be like a gig Friday evening, the wedding Saturday morning, then another gig Saturday evening, and it'd be back to back, so you wouldn't get much sleep. But the good thing about back then was you actually spent time with the DJ on the road, so you were actually like, you could always pick their brain. So in the van, you could be like, oh, have you heard that new song? Or, oh, I really like the way you mix that, or whatever. Plus, you'd actually see them live and direct, in the flesh. And another thing is, you got to see their style, how they mix, how they perform, how they interact with people. Like interacting with clients is a big thing.
I was going to come to that next.
Yeah. And then I'll also say another one to that is also kind of seeing what's the word? I'm trying to get the words in my head now. Seeing them DJ, seeing them perform. I think that was it, really. I think there was something else, but it's gone out of my head now. But
To touch.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's gone back in my head. Apologies. This is going to happen a lot now. So also seeing how to set up the equipment. So learning,
Oh, yeah.
they'll be like, oh yeah, plug it like this, and be like, what's the reason behind that? Oh, amp can do this much, and then if you plug them into others, it gets double. Stuff like that. Or this is XLR lead, this is speak on cable, this is that. So learning those little things.
That's huge. That is.
Yeah. So what I'd say to the DJs, I think the DJs now miss out on that, and I think it's very important. I always say to everyone, if you're starting a business, do every aspect of your business prior to getting external people in. So then when you talk to people, you understand like the things. Do you know what I mean? So like all these DJs looking at that camera right now, a lot of DJs hire now, which is fine. The game's changed a bit.
Yeah.
Back then you had to buy your own equipment. It was all about your sound system and this and that. Now you can hire out a lot of things.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And what I say to the new DJs now is when you hire, at least have some understanding of like what kind of fixtures they are you're using, like moving heads, have a bit more of an understanding of how you want to design things. Because a lot of people might say, oh, you're going to get like 20 or 10 lighting fixtures for whatever. But ask what the 4 are. Yeah. Understand what the 4 are. Are they moving heads? Are they beams? Are they washers? Are they this? Are they that? So I think having that level of understanding really helps.
What I've taken from that is obviously the technology today is amazing and can take someone from 0 to 60 pretty fast.
Yeah.
However, I've been to occasions, I've been to weddings and parties, etc., like everyone else, and I've seen the setup looks amazing, visually stunning. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And the DJ looks the part. Everything's there, and you're like, this is going to be a good night. But they couldn't get people on the dance floor. Now that seems to me like a whole different skill set in of itself. That hosting, that ability to know which song to play at which time as well. So did you find that challenging?
Did I find that challenging? I would say at the start, yes. As you get a bit further on, probably no. I think it's a bit of a double-edged kind of blade or sword, shall we say. So you can get to a gig. The top DJ can get to a gig and still not get people to dance.
Really?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Because I've dropped mad sets and people ain't, dancing or whatever. Some families are just not like that, or some people just don't like to dance.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what I mean?
That's similar to stand-up comedy.
Exactly.
I've done venues where the same bit I've done 100 times and it's killed, and then I've gone to a different place and done it the exact same way, if not better.
Yeah.
Complete radio silence.
Yeah. I think it's the same with DJing.
Okay, that's very interesting. That is.
I think the vibe in the room is the vibe in the room.
And how much they're drinking.
Maybe, I'd say, yeah. You know what? It's really mad. I've been to parties where people don't drink. Yeah. Through their own choices, whatever. And they've been the most lively ones.
Wow.
So there's no right. So with this creative space that we're in, there's no right or wrong. Okay. So you can get to a gig and no one dances, for example, but you will still get a lot of compliments saying, I really like the way your music was. Because then, you maybe tone it down a bit. You maybe just do a bit of whatever. I don't know, whatever you do. So then people might say, oh, I really like the music you're playing.
Yeah.
But then you can get like a really lively party and the dance hall's kicking. Everyone's shabby, everyone's on a vibe. But then you get a lot of abuse. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
I think this is one thing that we don't talk about as DJs. Like, you can get a lot of rowdy people, man. And it can sometimes leave a sour taste in your mouth about DJing. So, especially with our kind of functions, everyone gets drunk and stuff like that. So,
what's the main cause of the abuse? Is it that you're stopping too soon due to obviously the venue saying everything's got to stop now?
I think no, actually. I think it's just people that had a bit too much.
Okay.
Or people, I think, maybe had a bit too much. And I think there are people at events that I think want to start a riot, shall I say. So there are people at events that have a vendetta within the family or whatever, or they have something and they want to. I remember I was DJing at a party. I've got stories for days. I'm telling you right now.
So excited then. I was like,
I've got stories for days.
We got a DJ story.
You ain't ready for the stories. I'm telling you, man. So I was at a party and a friend booked me. Basically, what happened was he had a lot of friends. I'm trying to keep it anonymous. They had a lot of friends. And during their party, they had to do a lot of ceremonies, stuff like that, biard, whatever. So then basically a lot of the time got taken up by that. So then we only had a short amount of time, maybe half an hour, maybe 40 minutes max to do the second half of the party. And then they were like, yo, just do R&B hip hop now, club sets kind of thing, because we haven't got much time and a lot of my friends are non-Asian, so at least you can cater towards them. They have a good time. Cool. So imagine I'm DJing, start off the party, everything's cool, and then it's like Fat Man Scoop, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. This is how we do it. Everyone's partying. Probably about 10 minutes in now, someone comes up to me and they're like, yo, can you put on, I think it was like Bubba Man or something, or I can't remember, like Bubba Man, Bulakar Sidhu, something like Desi. And I was just like, this person was a lot older than me, so I was like, yo, Untold is cool. I'll play it a bit later on, like the last 5-10 minutes of the set. And he's like, okay, whatever. Comes up literally every 2 minutes, comes up, where's my song? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying my best to, keep it as cool as possible. Obviously, I'm trying to DJ and trying to manage this as well. And then what happened was, he must have had a son or something, or nephew or something. I can't remember. They were like 6'5" or something, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm telling you,
Wow.
Good buddy player. I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
And literally, they were like, "Yo, you ain't playing my so and so song, innit? Who do you think you are?" Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Look, bro, I'm trying to DJ. I've said to you guys nicely, I will play it, but it will be a bit later on in the party. But we're leaving in 5-10 minutes. You're gonna disrespect our family and blah 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 blah." And on this, normally I take people with me on a gig. This gig I actually done by myself, and so I was a bit like, whoa. Anyway, started heating up, basically like squaring up to me. I'm trying to DJ. There's like females on the dance floor that are getting intimidated, scared, ruining the vibe a bit. And then you know what? I cut the party and said, look, guys, the party's cut now. The party's lock off. It's finished. Thank you. Good night. Whatever. And that's the way I deal with it normally.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't really, if there's any abuse, I just say, yo, it's done.
Yeah.
Cut the party off.
Yeah.
And then must have been about 5 minutes silence. These are trying to beat me up, like trying to whatever. Security's come, blah 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 blah. Everything's gone out of hand.
Wow.
And then they're like, look, can you please carry on the party? But then at that time, the vibe's kind of gone. And thing is, because I'm the DJ, everyone puts me as the fall person, as maybe you instigated the problem.
Oh.
But I'm like, I can't really play Bubba Man. I'm playing Fat Man Scoop. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, come on, man. People need to have some
Common sense.
I think, okay, so I find, like, I don't know if it's just Punjabis specifically, or if it's just a South Asian thing. I think it's more Punjabis.
Okay.
But I don't want to offend any Punjabis here because I'm not that kind of guy. But you got to realize in the UK, DJing is like a mix of, if you look at the roots of DJing, it comes back to reggae, sound system culture. Then DJs evolved. With DJs came MCs and
Nice.
all that kind of thing. So we got club DJs and everyone's quite well respected in the UK. Whereas if you go to India, Punjab, to a wedding, DJs aren't really known out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about it. They're just fading in, fading out songs like every 30 seconds, playing it on like mad tempo. You know what I mean? Like, and then for them out there, DJs ain't really a thing. It's more the artists that still do the thing there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's just a thing where Punjabis don't have the respect for DJs.
Yeah, okay.
They see us as like, you're like a lullu fullu basically.
Yeah.
So you play our song and that's it, and you listen to us.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, it's actually a lot different, the culture of DJing. There's a bit more respect. So I think maybe it just comes with that. Maybe, I don't know. But I've had loads of instances of these kind of levels of abuse, and I think people don't really talk about it. And I think it's a bit of a shame that us DJs have to endure these kind of things.
But the thing is, not a lot of people know what you have to go through as a DJ in terms of your craft.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you've got like your packing, you're getting to the venue, setting that whole extravagant show.
Yeah.
Visually, you
Mm.
guys have come so far as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
back in the
100%.
day, you know what I mean? I mean, India, it was two munje with a speaker on top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Basically,
mean?
yeah.
I mean, look how far you guys have come in the UK, where now it's just so, like, the wedding venue is one thing. The DJ is just as important now.
I gotta say, like the levels in the UK, I've been fortunate to have been born when I was born and seen the progression of the music DJ industry. So like, you know, nowadays in terms of weddings specifically, there's a few companies, maybe one company actually out there that really raised the bar, and it's like, you probably all know them,
Kudos.
that really set the bar.
Yeah, shout out to Kudos.
Yeah, shout out to Kudos, man.
Yeah.
All the guys there, you know what I mean? People that spearheaded and what they're doing. So I think they were one of the first movers to really shake the industry.
Yeah.
And then from there, a lot of companies have also built it up as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's all good being a first mover shaker, but it's also having everyone else to uplift as well.
Yeah.
So all the other companies out there, but there were companies prior to them that were doing really well, you know, in London kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously they kind of, right time, right place, they kind of did their thing. Shout out to 𝐵𝐺𝐵𝐿, 𝐷𝐽. I actually watched your podcast and I felt it was really insightful on your journey. So yeah, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for giving the information and the knowledge.
I've seen that episode as well. Amazing.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. It's wicked.
Amazing.
I think it's good, man. More of these DJs come out and
They
give
should,
their-
man. They
yeah.
should. The thing is, like I said, we don't know. We don't know anything about what you do. When you're up there, you guys do it so great, which is a compliment to you
Yeah.
all. You guys do it so good that it just looks like it's so easy and it looks like there's nothing to it.
I have to say, in the Midlands, again, we take a little bit of time to
Catch up.
kind of thing, just the way it normally
Yeah.
goes. But USR, Unique Sounds Roadshow, I've known them a very, very, very long time. And
Shout out to DJ Nickel and the team. man.
Nickel, Guppy, everyone else, a part of them, you know, all the DJs, everyone that's been part of it, man. They've put West Midlands on the map. So, you know, for me, I've got to give them the credit, man. 100%.
And he's got some love, man. I did a post for him. Just basically, I seen his venue. And I was driving past.
Okay,
and
sick.
I was like, yo, shout out to these boys, man. I love the fact that they landed it here in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Looking at it looks great as well. And I was like, it's a testament to these guys. And people should be telling their kids, look what you can achieve.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Yeah.
like the love, the comments and like the DMs that I got from that is like, yeah, he came and did my wedding. Sick guy. Yeah, these guys are the best. And I was like, it's nice.
You know what it is, man? In this industry, there's a lot of people, and people are just people, aren't they? And you get the good and the bad. I find there are a lot of idiots,
Yeah.
you know, in the creative space. But the two brothers, Guppy and Nickel, they're really like genuine people.
Okay.
I've got to give that to them. I've known them a long time. So, and they've always treated people with fairness, respect, honesty. So yeah, big up to them. And also another mad fact, you know, when I said at the start of the podcast, the world works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So DJ Ace, which I mentioned earlier, was actually my mamaji's, my mum's brother's good friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so they used to go DJ together, whatever. They had another friend, and I think that is their kind of USR's relation, Nickel and Guppies. I don't know how they're related, so apologies. But so I learnt off Ace, but then I remember chatting to Nickel and Guppy, and they were like, "Yo, we used to go with like your mum and Ace back in the day."
Wow.
Kind of thing. So when I met them, I was like, it's full circle, basically.
It's all linked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
That's nice, man.
But there's more of these stories. There's more of these kind of.
I like that, man. I like that. It's history. Do you know what I mean? So now that you speak of it, like,
Yeah.
you got Guppy, DJ Nickel. Who else would you say in this industry do you look up to? And who else would you give credit to as a DJ?
You know what? There's too many people to name.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to name drop so many people, man. I'd say, I think 𝐷𝐽, definitely. 𝐷𝐽𝐻, Kudos Crew,
Yeah.
definitely. Because when I was growing up, like 𝐷𝐽𝐻 had an album called Reloaded,
Yeah.
and it had like Jawani on there, Jada Punch. It had so many hits on there, yeah. and it actually made it feasible and kind of achievable for someone like myself to say, yo, Roadshow DJ did that. Someone that DJs at weddings made such an impactful album that plays at every wedding till now.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously their vision with the whole DJ industry, they were doing things back then that were, and even now they're doing things that, like, they're very in the future, shall we say. So big up to, I'll say 𝐻, whoever else.
Yeah.
There's probably loads of people.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
The crew.
The crew. That's it, yeah.
Kudos.
Nick Guppy, we've already mentioned. 100%, man. They've put West Midlands, Wolverhampton specifically on the map, you know. DJ wise, I'm trying to think now. So I'll say 𝐵𝐺 Climax, definitely.
Oh, nice.
I feel like he's just always. I've seen him at a wedding. One of my friends got married, and I thought, wow, like the way he's got so much energy.
Yeah, he's an entertainer. He's
crazy, man.
Different aspect of his.
Sick.
Yeah.
Too sick. I say him. Obviously, his song "Heed" was like. Remember when I'm watching it, man? The video is like shot in Thailand. I thought, how's he in Thailand watching that? You know, it's mad. So levels that he was doing was back then was crazy. So 𝐵𝐺 Climax definitely. AJD.
Okay.
As well. I think, you know, I heard of AJD when I was a kid. Like, yo, have you heard of AJD? He's sick.
I listen to him still. Yeah,
he's on the network all the time. Yeah, he's on the Asian networks. But I think for us roadshow DJs, he made it possible for a roadshow DJ to get on the airwaves.
Nice. And
I think, like, that's amazing. Like, seeing someone that, yo, he does weddings, I do weddings, there's a potential for me to get on the airwaves as well on the network. So I think for a lot of young DJs, always a big inspiration. It's definitely him, 𝐵𝐺 Climax. There's DJ Harry as well. DJ Harry from London, who's part of the Ritzy crew. He's a phenomenal DJ, phenomenal. And then obviously there's like 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜, who does the whole, you know, there's all that kind of scene as well. It's like you got 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜, you got Manj, you've got Ramnik, you've got what's her name, Gracie T, who was really sick. There's like a whole bundle of them, but 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 really put the scene on the map, I think.
Is 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 the one that does like the boiler room stuff?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We were supposed to go to that, weren't we? Yeah, me and Oman for last year for my birthday, I think it was. Oman booked it, and you know, between us now, and you ain't gonna shout at me now because you're here.
Yeah,
but I am secretly glad that never went through.
Okay,
because I got anxiety about this whole boiler room thing. Okay, first of all, there's too many people, man. Okay, and it's called a boiler room.
Yeah.
At my age, you don't want nothing called a boiler room. Lukewarm room. I'm down for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send me into that place. But like that has just blown up. People are loving them. Have you ever like considered doing something like that?
I would love to, 100%. I've been approached for one or two opportunities, but at the time schedules clashed. You know, I had close family weddings, or close friends' weddings, stuff like that. So I think if my schedule's cool, and I think I have to be ready for it as well. You know, it's a big thing. Like I've contributed so much music and mixes and stuff like that to the scene, so I've got to come with something hot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of really good DJs in that scene, man. Really, really good, man. Like there's a guy, 𝐷𝐵𝐺 with the X. He's like amazing. DJ Bauti is amazing. Wow. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜. These are like the trailblazers. There's so many other people that are coming up in that scene as well. A lot of females as well come in that scene, so big up to them. But yeah, man, I think I have to be mentally ready for that, man. It's a big thing for me. I treat it as such a big honor to do a set like that.
I'll come to yours. My first boiler room. Right, I'll wait for yours.
Safe.
To see why as well, because when you look at it, you don't know who the bloody DJ is. Like back in my day, you just go, Uncle, I want Chalagardas, man.
Yeah.
you know,
that guy, I'm
that guy. You know what I mean? I know where the DJ is because it's just him up there. But these boiler rooms, you got 400 man all around the booth.
Man, it's sick.
Who do I request?
You know what? As we mentioned earlier, you said, what are the pros of the new DJs? I think nowadays there's a lot more avenues for DJs to explore now.
Yeah.
So back when I was DJing, it was just roadshow weddings.
That's it.
Weddings. Be the top wedding supplier. Be the top wedding DJ. Now you can do clubs. You can do these boiler room sets. There's all different types of nights now you can do, or to get a bit of experience. So I think that is a really great one now that you just mentioned, this whole underground scene is, because obviously don't forget, like our era, we kind of missed the daytimers.
Yeah.
So then we had all this music like drum and bass and whatever. Grime was massive.
Yeah.
We've gone up on all of that, and we still haven't experienced a daytimer.
Yeah.
And then obviously these things are coming back in now, which is amazing. So, but yeah, fun fact, a fun story. I actually met 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 out in Japan.
What?
Yeah, it's just mad. Yeah. I don't think I actually told anyone this, but
Okay. Well, first of all, Japan.
You know what happened? He had a show out there, and I was out there on holiday, and I just messaged him saying, "Yo, look, if you're around, like, well, whereabouts are you? Like, we might come to the show, or whatever." And he's like, "Yo, I'm over here," and it was literally around the corner from where I was. So I was like, "Yo, look, I can come see you." And we ended up just chilling the whole night, drinking, talking.
That's sick.
Yeah. I even took my old school camera, like a VHS camera.
Really?
Made little videos and stuff. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
man.
sick, man. He's wicked, man. He's such a nice guy, man. Such a nice guy. Yeah, wicked.
I heard he smashed it in Japan. I know about that show.
Yeah. You know what? He does a lot of shows globally. So he does like an India tour, Asia tour. He does like obviously UK festival. He does loads of stuff, man.
How did DJ Frenzy get so big?
You know what? I think Frenzy was. I remember my recollection of DJ Frenzy was I was in year 7. I think it was like 2006, 2007, or 2006. I think it was. And I remember like my brother's mates showing us this mix, and it was called. It was like Candy Shop, basically.
Yeah.
It was like 𝐸𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 had this song, and he remixed it with Candy Shop, basically.
Okay.
I remember hearing it. I was like, "Yo, this is hard." This was back in 2006.
Yeah.
We're coming into 2026. 20 years ago, yeah.
That's mad,
I
man.
heard this mix and I thought, "Yo, this is bad." And then obviously, I think he spent a lot of time learning, and
You know, because he's amazing.
yeah, he's wicked, man.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I fell in love with his Love Mix, Friday Love Mix.
Yeah. They're sick. They're
Like,
sick.
I would wait for the next one. Do you know what I mean?
I think he really took time out to work out his sound, maybe. Obviously, I don't really know Frenzy that well, but my knowledge is probably as best as yours.
Yeah.
So I think he spent a lot of time nurturing his sound, learning a bit, and then I think he just had a plan, and he executed that plan with consistency. And I think obviously he consistently released it for so many times.
Yeah.
And he brought something fresh to the table. So, you know, I think it's amazing.
So the fact that you got me an album is brilliant, because I wanted to talk to you about All or Nothing. How did it all come about, man?
You know what? Like I said, the world works in weird ways. So when I was a kid, obviously Bhangra scene was popping back then, the UK Bhangra scene. I remember I must have some birthday money or something. So I was like, "Yo, I want to buy a CD from the shop." And where I lived in Whitmarines. If you know about Whitmarines, yeah, if you're from Marines, you know, man, you know. But back then, those times were like, people always see it as like a rough neighborhood. But for me, it was amazing.
It's home.
It was like culture, community, you know, everyone was on the same grind, same hustle. Everyone had a lot of respect for each other as well, which I really admire. And I still think of those times as amazing.
No, that's nice.
You know, but basically, round the corner from my house, there was on Staveley Road. If you know Staveley Road,
I
big
know
up.
Staveley Road. Wow.
Yeah, man, big up. So there was a shop there called 𝐸𝐴 Video.
Yeah.
And there's an uncle that used to run it. I don't know where he is or what he does now, or if he's still around. I don't know. But uncle used to have like, it was a video shop basically. He used to sell albums and stuff. So he used to have like all the RDB albums, everything. So I was like, "Yo, I want to buy my first album." And then my first album I ever bought was DJ Vix. So big up DJ Vix, actually. You get me? I've never actually met DJ Vix, so I'd love to meet you, man, one of the days.
Shout out DJ Vix.
Yeah, man. DJ Vix.
Amazing DJ.
Wicked, man. Wicked. Yeah. Set the pace as well for a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the first DJs to come out with albums.
Yeah.
So the first album I had was Dawn and Bass Uncut, I think it was. Yeah, Dawn and Bass Uncut, because that's his roadshow name, Dawn and Bass, I think it is. Yeah. And he had the track on there, 𝐶𝐸 𝐺𝐻 with 𝐿 Taloor. And bad boy tune, man.
What a song.
That song was such a, like, even now, it's such a hit song. We don't hear it now much nowadays, but bad boy tune, man. Anyways, had that album. I bought that well, it must have been £10 or something. I was like, yo, this is. Then I was like, yo, this is a DJ, innit? Like, he's on an album. But these times I was just like 9, 10. So
Yeah.
it was like, it's kind of like, it was in my subconscious. And it kind of later down the years, because I always thought this is so cool how a DJ's got an album. And then I've always wanted to aspire to that. I always wanted my own physical CD.
Okay.
But I never really thought about it much, to be honest, because my thing was just getting to DJ, get gigs and stuff in it. So, and then slowly but surely, you know, I had an interest in the studio. The first studio session I went to, I was like 14, I think 13, 14. It was on Cannock Road. There's a studio there on Cannock Road. It's Stars Video. It's a video shop as well. I think now it's like a normal store now, like a convenience store.
Yeah.
And it's ran by, again, this is how the world works in weird ways.
Yeah.
So the guy who owns the shop, he's got a studio upstairs, a recording studio, and it's very renowned in the Punjabi Bhangra scene. You would never see it. It's only if you know, you know, kind of thing.
Okay.
So this uncle called, they call him Bansi, I think. Bansi, yeah. So my mate, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, he's a music producer based in Wolverhampton.
Okay.
So again, the world works in mysterious ways. So let me tell you, you're gonna be mind blown. So I've got an older brother, yeah.
Okay.
And he was in the same year. He's about a couple of years older than me, 2 years older. He's in the same year as 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 the first, shall we say. So we went to the same primary school. So I knew him from then. And then went to the same secondary school. So I've known him a long time. He was into music production. I was into DJing, Dole. He was like, look, I need a Dole player. Record some Dole for me. I was like, cool, I'll do it. So we went to Bansi's studio.
Wow.
But I never realized who Bansi was at the time. But Bansi was part of the famous Wolverhampton group �R𝐨𝐫𝐷.
Wow.
So �R𝐨𝐷 put Wolves on the map.
100%.
Yeah. They had hits. Let me tell you, man. So, but the weirdest thing is about all this, where I learned to play the Dole, so where my house was, with Marines, off Leicester Street, I used to live on Harrow Street. Yeah, so right by the style, if you know, you know. And then when I got a Dole and never knew what to do with it, I was trying to find lessons. And I mentioned earlier my cousin, Matthew Chopra, he was like, yo, I think there's a lesson near you because I learn off these people. I was like, cool. Literally, when I say to you, it was like 5 minutes from my house, walk. Yeah, I could walk there, yeah. It was at New Hampton Arts Centre. So that place has a very big place in my heart.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot. So anyways, the Dole lessons were from �R𝐨𝐷 Dole group.
𝐻𝐵, uncle.
𝐻𝐵, that's it. But, 𝐻𝐵 did the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Centre, I think. And then there was another guy called Jag.
Okay.
Jag Saini. So he was like my ustad, shall we say. So I learned the Dole off Jag. But that was part of �R𝐨𝐷. And then
shout out to them boys, man.
Bruv, you know what? Yeah, I went to the studio with 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, and then I remember seeing like pictures on the wall, and they actually had �NUSRAT Fateh Ali Khan visit the studio. I think he might have recorded. I don't know if he recorded there.
Wow.
But basically, I found out only recently that when Nusrat was touring in the UK, they used �R𝐨𝐷 for their sound and their stuff like that. So they spent a lot of time with �NUSRAT Fateh Ali Khan, which is mental, yeah. And then I found out later down the line, as I met a few people throughout my journey, I met a guy called Fodji Gill, who's an artist, amazing artist. He had big tunes. Such a nice guy, man. Got a lot of love for him. And he recorded his song called Dafa Hoja with Miss Pooja at Bansi Studio. So there's a lot of songs that got recorded there, basically. And I went there when I was
just smashed it,
bro. A lot of Bhangra artists have recorded there, because it was one of the first Punjabi Bhangra studios. Obviously, there's that and Planet Studios as well. Yeah. Planet's in Coventry, where all the Nusrat has recorded there. There was an engineer there called Tom Lowry, who used to run the studio. I remember chatting to him because you always heard about Tom Lowry. Who's Tom? I was like, trying to work out who Tom was. Then I actually recorded some stuff there, and then I met Tom, and I was like, "Yo, Tom, who's when you meet Tom, he's just such a legend because he is who he is, and he's just so like to the point. For him, it's just get the job done.
Yeah,
you know, and such a nice guy, man. Like, you know, so nice. And then but when I walked in the studio at Planet, it was like Nusrat recorded there, Valley Saguza, all the Diljit's recorded there.
Right, let's take a
Jazzy
moment
B.
to let that sink in,
bro.
The names you just dropped then,
bro. When you walk in that studio, it's like a time capsule. Time capsule, yeah. So you walk in, you actually feel like
presence,
something in the air. It's a bit crazy.
What was it like being there, knowing some of these heavy hitters had also been here?
Bro, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's like goosebumps, basically. When you first walk in, you're like, whoa. Shinda records there, has recorded all his top albums there. B21, like the list is endless. When I tell you, Planet Studios is legendary.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, Bonsi Studio. So I learnt off 𝐷𝐷 group.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, 𝐸𝐷𝐿 was part of 𝐷𝐷 band.
Yeah.
And then I went to the studio, and then got my first taste of studio experience. And then yeah, it's just weird how it works because I learnt the door off them, and then I actually went to the studio, and then there's all of these weird links,
little connections.
Yeah. Right. So when it came to my album, I just I think I was in uni, man. I was like my penultimate year, or maybe last year. I started like, I want to venture into it, and then bought loads of vocals. Basically, it was an easy way to do it, and then started working on some of the album. And then for me, my rule is just keep working, you know. So anyways, lockdown happens, 2020, I think it was January 2020, it was announced. And then life went still. Yeah, obviously, everyone's locked down and you can't really do anything. And anyways, I was like, you know what, now's the perfect time to finish my album. So I had so many tracks. So I already released 𝐸𝐷𝐿.
Yeah.
That was my first debut single.
Banger.
At the time, I was like, obviously, Ron Gill.
Yeah.
Who's no longer with us.
Yeah.
I managed to get his rest in peace, man. What amazing vocalist. I heard Ron Gill on 𝐬𝐻𝐾𝐬's Ground Shaker 2 album, or Ground Shaker album. He had a song called Butch Bobby. Okay. And then he had a song with Tug Style called Door of Ajza. Everyone knows that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always heard of him, but I felt like there weren't that many of his tracks out there.
Yeah, yeah. If
that makes sense. Bit of a, if you know, you know kind of thing.
Low key, yeah.
Anyways, got hold of his vocals, and then I got lucky, man. Got very lucky. I got very lucky, man, with my first album because I had Ron Gill, who passed away. I got his vocals. There was a site, basically, I could buy them off, and they were like the guy, whatever, got them cheap, basically. So got all them. Then I had 𝐷𝐷𝐿 on the album, who, mad story about him. Obviously, he's no longer with us. He died a long time ago. But I think apparently I heard he was at a gig in India singing. And I think it was like, I don't know, something happened. Maybe like he said the set's finished, similar to what DJs go through. Last song, and then blah, 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 kicked off. And I heard he got shot.
Oh my God.
So when I only found that out later as well, which is bad. 𝐷𝐿, man.
Wow.
Mad. And Ron Gill. So basically worked on my album. I sat down, lockdown. I was like, yo, let's work out what I got. I thought maybe I've only got a couple of songs because by this time I already released 𝐸𝐷𝐿, 𝐵𝐸. Was there another song? There might have been another song I released. Okay. Can't really remember. Anyways, I spent some time. I was like, yo, I got like 10, 12 songs that I just need to finish up, basically.
An album right there, yeah.
Yeah, so I did a lot of it at home, in my bedroom, basically. So I was just like, yo, I'm going to mix it, master it myself. I'm going to finish off the music, get it done. And that's what happened. Just got it done. And then,
see, there's something about lockdown. I always say this. It made a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%.
And some people just were stagnant and they rested. Some people took the opportunity like yourself.
Yeah.
And created something amazing, man.
I feel like, maybe it's meant to be I feel like, again, the world works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So it's only then I sat down and went through everything I got. And I was like, you know what? Bang. So, okay, so if you just pass the album, yeah, we'll show everyone. So this album, yeah, I made pretty much in my bedroom with, the resources that I had. But this photo, yeah, I don't know if you can see it. If you go on online, you'll see it a bit better.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, I need a picture for the album. I ain't got a picture. Because obviously back then I couldn't book a photo studio.
Yeah.
So I told my mate, I was like, yo, big up 𝐸𝐻𝐵, one of my best mates, good friend of mine. Basically, I was like, bro, can you give me a trim? Cut my hair. Yeah. He cut my hair in my house, in my bedroom.
Wow.
And he's a photographer as well. So I said, look, I've got a spare room. It's got a white backdrop. Spare room was full of like clutter, yeah, as you normally do. And he took the photo for me. And that's how that. And then obviously with the album, there's a song on there called Locked Up to 𝐸𝐻, which is like a garage song.
Yeah.
There was another version of Locked Up to 𝐸𝐻, and like I already set the kind of date that I wanted to release it. I think it's like May time, I think. And the version I had was like, I think Bryson Tiller just dropped, I think.
Okay.
Trap Soul, and it was that kind of trap soul vibe. And I was like, yo, something in my heart is telling me it's not working. And then I was like, you know what? I remember I was like up in the night, man. It must be about 11, 12 I started. I was like, I need to do this version again, man. I'm not happy with it. Anyways, I made the version that's on the album. It's like a garage version. Yeah. And then I must have finished about 3, 4 in the morning, finished the whole song, got it done, mixed, mastered, done, ready in the album folder. I just thought it's a filler. Obviously released the album during lockdown, gave it as free download. And Locked Up to 𝐸𝐻, the one that I did so last minute and rushed it, I thought I rushed it.
It's the one that
is the one that blew off the most.
Yeah.
Which is the maddest thing.
Look at that, man. That,
crazy.
You said the world works in mysterious ways, man.
It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. But obviously, even with 𝐸𝐻𝐵, yeah, I was a bit like, I don't know, man. I showed it a few people. I want to get other people to sing it and blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, you know what? It's the first one that's done. Let's get it out, innit?
Yeah,
whatever happens, happens, innit? And that became a big song.
I like it.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
The ones that I think are not that great end up doing the most. That makes sense.
I like it.
But yeah.
Where I first saw you, where I first came to you got my attention, was with your 2MV sessions on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
I loved those, man. I absolutely loved those. What was that? How did that start?
I think I just dropped the album. Must have been about, I think it was 2021 we started the sessions, I think. So I let the album marinate, do its thing.
Yeah.
It was like the first UK Bhangra album in a very long time.
Okay.
So it was a big thing. For me, it was a big thing. So that was number one. So I thought, let's let it marinate a bit, get on with my gigs, crack on with things. And then, anyways, I just thought, you know what, man, like there's all these freestyle channels and platforms for rappers and whatever. And I thought, you know what, man, I really want to do something like that for the culture. And that's when the 2MV sessions was born. So I said, yo, I had this idea in my head, fun idea. I thought, we'll give upcoming artists or artists, whatever, a opportunity to record their cover. We'll remix their favorite cover song.
That's such a good idea.
We'll do their video for them. We'll do the music production for them. We'll get something. It's good for them. They don't have to put nothing in except for their time, which is amazing. And then obviously I get the artists on my channel. So the plan was to do one every month for a year. Okay. A year project. I think we did about 9 in the end, which I felt we did pretty well. So there's a music video director called 𝐼𝐻𝐵𝐿𝐻.
Okay.
He's a video person. Big up to 𝐼𝐻𝐵𝐿𝐻. So basically, story of 𝐼𝐻𝐵𝐿𝐻, mysterious ways again. So my mate from uni he's into fashion and stuff like that. So he did a shoot with 𝐼𝐻𝐵𝐿𝐻. I seen it on his story. Who's that guy? It's my mate. I think he's just starting out. Safe. I said, bro, I love what you do. Yeah. You're going to shoot my music video, innit? My next one. He's like, I've never done a music video before. Like, I don't know what to charge, I don't know what to do. I go, bruv, just come, whatever you want to pay me, whatever you need, just let me know. Yeah, it's cool. He did my first music video, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜, yeah. That was the first one we worked on.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we just hit it off really. So
that's a whole production. Like when I look at it's not just a thing someone's just doing. I mean, you've got a studio, you've got the setup, you know what I mean? You got the way it's actually filmed, you can tell, oh, you put some real passion into this. Do you know what I mean? So that looks expensive as well.
Well, I met 𝐼𝐸𝐲. Then he did my next video, Whiskey Did On. We kind of had a bit of a working relationship. Then we kind of became good friends. And then I was like, look, 𝐼𝐸's got this idea, man. It's 2 MV sessions. What do you reckon? He's like, yeah, let's do it. He was game for it, basically.
That's amazing.
So, anyways, we started it off. So, I think, I can't remember who the first one was a guy called Untold, DJ Doot, he comes as.
Yeah.
Doot.
Yeah.
I think he already sung a cover, and I was like, bro, I really want to remix it. He's like, yeah, cool. And then it kind of just snowballed from there, really. But it was like it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
Because Pirate Studios just opened in Birmingham.
Is that where you did it? Okay.
Pirate Studios, bigger Pirate Studios. So that was all like self-funded, paid for the studio time, paid for like food and drinks for my guests, artists. Come along, did the video. But it was like me and 𝐼𝐸𝐲 were in Pirate Studios. We practically lived there.
Really?
Yeah, we was in there every weekend. Like there was times where I was making the music and he would just be in the back editing the video, or, you know, and then the way we did it was we got like 3-4 done and shot their videos. Okay. We're gonna do you 12 till 2, 2 till 4, 4 till 6. We'll shoot everyone's videos. So that was it was crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Well, the big question is that the end of 2 MV sessions?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah. I think for me, it was fun.
Okay.
It was a fun project. I got to meet some artists that, you know, I worked with, and they were amazing. I think the hardest thing is, so when I started into this scene, my journey, my thing was, I grew up on UK Bhangra, like the whole Desi beat sound, Rishi Rich, Dr. Zeus, DJ Sanj, whatever. Yeah. So my thing was, I want to regenerate that buzz in the UK scene. I want to be that guy that connects everyone. I want to be that guy that brings the scene back. Yeah. There's so much talent in the UK. It's crazy. Yeah. I feel like now everyone's independent. Everyone's in their camps. Everyone's doing their own thing. I feel like nowadays people feel like you know, like nowadays there's like 𝐵𝐸𝐲, 𝐷ILJIT, top 2 artists. Let's say 𝐶𝐸𝐷, rest in peace. Yeah. Everyone feels like they're at that level now because of social media. Well, everyone wants to be to that level or pretend to be at that level. But we're at this level here. We're the UK. We still got a lot of catching up to do with Canada, America, worldwide, India. Yeah. You know? So when I started, my thing is always about the UK scene. And that was 2 MV sessions, basically. Yeah. But it took a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of effort. You know, there were times where we recorded artists, spent time in the studio, spent money, time in the studio, shot their videos, and they turned around and said, "No, we don't want to release it."
Wow.
Yeah. So really? Then luckily we had 1 or 2 in the background that, okay, I'll finish that music off and we'll shoot that one and get that one done. So there was a lot of messing around. I feel like because it was for free for artists, I felt like a lot of artists didn't appreciate
the work that went into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's a shame.
The maddest thing is about this, I gave them a really great platform. It was hard to find artists. And looking back now, I just think these artists would happily pay X amount of fee if they went to X producer. Like, you know, the top 5 producers, yeah? And they said, yo, we're going to charge you X amount. Could be 5 grand, 10 grand, 100 grand, 2 grand, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. They would happily pay it. Yeah. And then they would happily be all for it. Okay. When you give something for free, they don't really value it as such.
Well, that's the way it goes, isn't
it? So we had a lot of mess abouts, and that's what I was just like, man, I can't be dealing with it. Obviously, UK artists, there was the good ones, the really great ones were hard to come by. The ones that were okay were like in abundance, and it was just like, do I spend my time focusing on that, or shall I just focus on my own music, my own album, kind of thing. So I think in all, it got a bit too much And I feel like the value proposition to people were just like, oh yeah, it's amazing, but I don't think they valued what they had.
Because it was free, yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget they had access to me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, we could, after this, we could work on further music. The plan was with that was to get UK artists in, work with them, and then potentially work with them on future projects.
Well, that platform also gave you opportunities to do other things, didn't it? I believe. Obviously, you went on Asia Network. You did other things as well, didn't you?
Yeah. So at the time, I was working, and you know, a lot of my money was going on studio sessions, videos, this, that, whatever. So then, at the time, I was like, yo, I'm spending all this money, man. Like, it's like all my money's just going out of my account. So then, it's only later on down the line I got the bigger blessings.
Okay.
So because I was so consistent with the sessions and everything like that, the idea and we was quite, obviously I'm quite a funny guy, so you know, we bled my personality into it a bit.
Yeah.
So it's only later down the line, obviously I've got the Asia Network slot, the takeover slot there, which was like 2 months on the airwaves, which is a big thing for me. I feel like I was like maybe one of the first, if not the first, from Wolverhampton to actually get on the airwaves.
Yes, bro.
Maybe on like my own show, innit? Kind of thing. That was amazing, man.
That's huge.
Bro, you know, when I started off this journey, like I said, the CD was a big thing for me. And Asia Network was so big at the time. And PBN was like always on the airwaves.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
PBN, man, bro, trust me, the guy from Wolverhampton killed it, man. He's killed it.
He smashed it? Absolutely smashed it.
But like I said, the will works in mysterious ways. You know what I mean? So the maddest thing is, I think prior to the network, a friend of a friend, whatever, I think my mate was his DJ. And then I think he couldn't make the show or something. So I was a tour DJ. Well, I maybe tour DJ for PBM for like a couple of shows.
Nice.
And I actually got to meet someone that I've always looked up to and spend time driving to gigs, like picking his brains. Because at that time I was still making my album.
Yeah.
And I was still asking him, like, how did you make this song or this song, this track, this track, this track? And the short amount of time I spent with him, I learned so much knowledge.
That's huge, man.
Right? So
that's invaluable.
Invaluable, man. So PBM, man, salute to you, man, for putting Wolves on the map and also giving me that inspiration to keep going. You know, as one guy. So yeah, so that happened, and then the network offer come through, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like when I was younger, I was like, I'd love to be on that Asian network.
You're saying that as a DJ. I was saying that as a presenter.
Bro, it's mad.
Bro, back in the day, I was like, I'd love to be a BBC Asian network presenter.
You know what it is? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then maybe subconsciously it was in my brain from a young age.
Manifested it a little bit.
Manifested it, yeah. And then I remember I was like, why me? You know what I mean? I'm just like, there's so many other good DJs out there, or so many other better people you could select. You know, I think I suffer with imposter syndrome all the time, you know what I mean? So, yeah, then they're like, I remember someone saying, like, oh, you know, your sessions, they were so good. And that helped us, like, it helped kind of get to that level kind of thing. Yeah. So, and then from there, because I was releasing music, the sessions, I got to chat with BBC Introducing quite a lot. So then I think the 100 were looking for a DJ. 100's a massive cricket competition across the UK.
Yeah.
So they were looking for a DJ, and I think someone from there was like, okay, could you let him know, innit? He's a DJ, music producer. He's always active with us.
Yeah.
Then I got that. So there's a lot of the things that you think at the time, oh, what's the point? You know, I'm not making any money or whatever. I think money's so hard to make in the creative space nowadays. So you kind of do get to that point quite quickly now. It's only later down the line you think, wow, I got the 100, I got the Commonwealth Games. So the BBC Asia Network had a stage at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. There's a lady there that works there, Mandy Man. Big up Mandy Man. So she was like, yo, it's representing Birmingham and we haven't got much Birmingham DJs. So you're from Wolves, why don't you come do a set? So I was like, yo, perfect. So then I got that. There's so many opportunities that I got from all these things that I did prior. So it's weird how the world works.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. You know, like, next album. Okay, we got this one. What is your dream album? You know, you talk about manifesting. Let's just say, you never know. The odd celebrity, the odd artist, the odd legend might be listening to this. Who would you like to make an album with?
I think for me, when I made my album, I don't know how people might think of it, right? So the way I saw it was I got loads of songs. I want to smack them into an album. There wasn't really a theme to the album. A lot of albums having themes nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if it's a love song, you have a love song album, whatever. So I think for me, it'd have to be a clutter of songs. Like for 2MV, like you have to realize my first love of music came from hip hop, R&B, the Ja Rule, Shanty, 50 Cent, that era.
Yeah.
Grime came in, garage, kind of, I was a bit late on the garage thing. So for me, 2MV isn't just Bhangra or this or that or whatever. I'm a culmination of lots of different things.
Okay.
Garage, grime, hip hop, R&B, whatever else there is, Indian classical music, Punjabi, Bhangra, whatever. So I love, like, you got to realize when I grew up here, my mom loves Bollywood music, Hindi Bollywood, loves Bollywood films, Bollywood music. My dad, on the other hand, loves pop music.
Wow.
He loves like UB40 and like he loves like all that kind of George Michael, ABBA, Queen, that kind of vibe. My brother was like hip hop, rap, grime, and then myself was like Bhangra, R&B. So in my household, I had so many CDs, so many things I could listen to.
Yeah.
So my next album, my dream album would be probably like, I think some of the artists that I would dream of is like 𝐿𝐮𝐬𝐽.
Wow.
I think 𝐿𝐮𝐽 is one of the best, if not the best, female vocalists.
Amazing, man.
Like so many, like 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐼𝐸𝑔𝐽's, all of 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐼𝑔𝐽's work, man. Look at it, it's amazing. 𝐿𝐶𝐬 Manzoor, definitely.
Huge.
𝐼𝐿𝐼 is my favorite song.
That's up there for me too.
If people know me, man, they know 𝐼𝐿𝐼 is the top one in my whole thing.
Nice.
It's actually my first dance song when I got married. That's how much I love this.
Wow.
I told my wife, yo, it's just, that's the song, nothing else.
Yeah.
If not, we ain't getting married.
That's the deal breaker.
That's the deal breaker. Yeah. So I say 𝐿𝐶𝐬 Manzoor, definitely. I feel like there's not enough Punjabi or female vocalists really, so I'd love to get them two on. I'd say like, who else? I think Shudha Midla would be cool to work with.
Wow.
He's got a lot of good songs back in the day. I'd say Shudha Midla. Who else would there be? I'd put people like 𝐵𝐵𝐼 Sandhu on my album.
What a legend.
Bro, 𝐵𝐵𝐼 Sandhu, man, sick.
I remember back in the
He was
day.
amazing, man.
He used to be someone that I would, like you have your go-to driving music.
Yeah.
A bit of 𝐵𝐵𝐼 Sandhu all the time.
Bro, he's got hits, like he gigs like all over the place now.
Yeah.
So like 𝐵𝐵𝐼 Sandhu,
Shout out to
Shudha Midla, who else? Maybe like with the Gill, maybe something like funky. But one thing I think 𝐽𝐾, UK's very own Derby-based 𝐽𝐾, would definitely have to be on the album. And I think I think my thing would be 𝐽𝐾 and Raf Sabeda on like a duet. That'd be sick.
I went to watch Gurdas-Maan when he was at the NEC.
Yeah.
Was he at the NEC? One of those. And Raf Sabeda was sitting in the row just in front of us.
Oh, what? No way.
I was like, it's a bit trippy because I was watching a legend, Gurdas-Maan, my favorite singer.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him and I was like, oh, this is amazing, man. And then when I looked at Raf,
wow,
and I was like, a future legend.
It's crazy.
He's watching a legend.
I got
current legend. You know what I mean?
It's mad.
It was so nice to see. And I was like, wow. And he was in awe of him. Do you know what I mean? He was vibing to his music. And I was just looking, I was thinking, oh, look how sick this is.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
I think it's good when artists give that love to other artists.
Yeah.
But I think 𝐽𝐾 and Raf on a duet, Borderline would be fucking crazy.
Ooh.
Sorry. Would be crazy, I think. Because I think 𝐽𝐾 is probably the UK's, not even the UK, I think he's probably one of the best Punjabi folk vocalists, not even folk, Punjabi vocalists in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, his album, Gabru Punjab, was so
powerful. Yeah.
The songs off that album is just crazy.
Yeah.
So I'd say 𝐽𝐾, Raf, defo. There's a lot of normal artists as well. Like, you know, artists probably ain't to those levels at the moment, but I think like even like, you know, Stephen Salter from Birmingham, I think he would be amazing on his track. I think
we got ourselves an album here, bro. Yeah. I think we got the makings of an
There's a female artist, Trisha Tack. If you don't know her,
Trisha Tack.
Please check her music out. I think she's got a great vibe about her.
Yeah.
She would definitely be on the album. I think maybe like Miss Bulger or something. That'd be amazing. You know, I think like for me, it's not about like a lot of people would say, "Oh, Ed Sheeran, got an order, this, that." Obviously, they would be amazing, but for me, it's like it's about the other people that I think are so sick.
Yeah.
Obviously, God and Orja would be amazing to get onto.
Yeah.
But I think it'd have to be God and Orja and someone else who's like not as known, maybe, and then you know, have that
bring
contrast,
them up, man. Yeah,
you know?
bring them up. That's it. I like that. That's got me very excited. That
would be my dream album. But I think like there's one guy as well, 𝐷𝐵𝐻 𝐶𝐷𝐻. I think he goes 𝐷𝐵𝐻 Dosanjh as well. He would definitely be on there because he had like Not to D with DJ Sanj. He's got so many Dolla Vitolla. Even like Lembert Hussain Puri would be amazing. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐞. Come on, man. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐞 would be amazing on album.
𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐞, living legend.
I think this is like the Avengers of Punjabi music. I think
100%.
Honestly, man, it's just it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be my dream album. But it'd be like, I think my sound is like a bit nostalgic. I think so. It'd have to be that hint of nostalgia in there, 100%. But also, I think another thing is not just artists, but I'd love to collaborate with producers on the album.
Oh, okay.
Because when we was younger, there's all these albums that like compilation albums that come out, like Pure Desi Volume 1, 2, and they had like you had 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐾, you had Chaos Productions, you had a bunch of producers producing every single song. So I think for me, it would be nice. My dream would be to collaborate with other producers as well, not just artists. You know.
Yeah. 2MV, you did not disappoint. You got me excited about an album that you haven't even made yet. You know,
well, actually, sorry to pause you there. I'm actually working on my next album.
You are?
I am.
Hey!
So my thing is all about, like I said, making. I'm currently in the process of making my next album. There's like a lot of songs. But I think this time I want to come with something fresh, something a bit more current sounding.
Sorry, and maybe a different cover. Not that this
100%, yeah.
Shout out to your brother.
100%, man, 100%.
That's got me really excited, man. I'm really, really, really happy for you, man. You keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. That grind as well. And I think it's so good for other people to have a look at, and they can see that it's not all about the money. It's all about the opportunities that graft and that grind can bring.
Yeah, 100%.
You're literally epitome. You're that. Do you know what I mean? The places and the things that you've done. And that's just from grinding. And just look at you now, man.
You know, it is. I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah, we just scratch the surface then.
I think so, yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, you can tell. You can feel the energy,
100%.
man. And don't forget the boiler room. I'm going to come to yours. You're doing that.
Fingers crossed, man.
Fingers crossed. 2MV, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having
me on.
having
you here, brother.
I think you need me for round 2, I think.
100%. All day. When that album comes out,
yeah,
we'll talk about it here.
Cool.